All right, hello. It's been a long time since I've done this. It's November 20th. It's a week before Thanksgiving. November 2025. And in this video, I'm covering April, May, and June of 2025. So it's been a while. And you know what? I don't think I've ever filmed with a sword before. I've had the whole time. Pretty cool sword. Let's see how it goes. Um, so first, things that go on in the U.S. and the world during those 3 months. Um, it was still the time of Trump imposing tariffs on the entire world. He put extremely high tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China. China retaliated with heavy tariffs of their own. I know Canada butt heads with the U.S. with Trump quite a bit for a while there too. And let's see, because of the tariffs, because of one of Trump's announcements, or like the tariffs started going into actual effect, the stock market had the largest one-day drop since COVID in 2021, I think. Let's see. Trump ignored a direct order by the Supreme Court to facilitate the return of a man mistakenly deported to El Salvador. The biggest thing there was Trump was already just ignoring direct orders by the judicial branch. You know, he's ignoring one of the power checks of our government. And another thing, Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket. It took a group of women on a short trip to space. Katy Perry was one of those passengers. The Pope Francis, he died at age of 88. Trump, Vance, and President Zelensky had a clash in the White House about peace negotiations with Russia. That was a very interesting interview to watch. I got really upset when one of the Republican reporters was making fun of Zelensky for wearing just like a black dress shirt. He just wasn't in a suit, and he was getting flack for it. And I got pretty angry about that. I was like, you go, President Zelensky. You're a fucking badass. Sorry, I said the F word. Warren Buffett announced that he's retiring from Berkshire Hathaway. He is one of, if not the greatest investor in history, and I invest in some Berkshire Hathaway stock. Trump put a ban on transgender people from serving in the military. For the first time in history, an American pope was chosen in the Catholic Church. He named himself Pope Leo the XIV. What is that? Oh, shoot. Okay, sorry, I have to do a quick Google what the Roman numeral XIV is. If I were to guess, X is 10, right? Yeah, X is 10. And then IV would mean 4, so 14. So let me just Google that. XIV. Yeah, 14. I was right. Okay. Yeah, first American Pope. He was from Chicago. Lots of big memes, but that's kind of a big deal. I'm not sure how many people were really expecting that to happen. Okay, Joe Biden got prostate cancer. Now that it's been like 6 months later, I have no idea what the status on that is. But Trump and Elon Musk had an explosive fight on social media regarding Trump's big beautiful bill. So beginning of the year, they were buddies. Elon was big into the government of like reorganizing the whole government federal branch with this little team he put together called the Doge team. But yeah, they had a big falling wave, big fight on social media. It was the rage for a week or two, and now nobody talks about it. Los Angeles in California protested ICE raids. Trump sent in the National Guard and Marines. That greatly angered Governor Gavin Newsom. Russia and Ukraine did a prisoner of war swap exchange with over 2,000 prisoners who were under the age of 25. Israel, and then a few days later, the United States, meaning Trump, they bombed an underground nuclear research facility site in Iran, and 5 million people across the whole nation protested in a No Kings March against President Trump and his legislature. The same day, Trump hosted a pretty sad parade in the Capitol for his birthday and for the Army's 250th anniversary. And then the only thing in sports that I have in here, it was NBA season, and the Oklahoma Thunder beat the Indiana Pacers in a Game 7 of the NBA championship. So that was most of the big things going on during that time, but like I said, tariffs was definitely one of the biggest things, and definitely Israel and the United States bombing Iran to try to stop their nuclear development. The Pope, that was a big thing. And there's that. So to quickly try to go over my personal life during that time, I think my last video I was talking about, I was dating this girl, and it was just paradise for me. Like, I still look back at that time as the happiest time of my life to date. And yeah, but when I finished that last video, I was still in a stage of I wasn't sure where I stood with her, with our friendship, with our relationship. I was hoping like we could get things going romantically again, but she kept distancing herself from me, and it didn't help that she's not a close coworker with me anymore. She moved to a different station, and I just don't see her anymore and don't talk to her anymore, and it's really sad. She was for sure like my best friend of 2025, of this first half of this year, and it's been really hard to lose that. But during that April, May, June time, that was right when we switched stations. So I switched from West Valley City. Amazon moved us to North Salt Lake. Soon after that, our boss fired our manager that is in charge of scheduling and hiring people and all sorts of things. His name was Nick, and oh boy, like, just the whole company just got turned over slowly and painfully, but surely, in the following weeks and months that our favorite manager got fired. We didn't adapt very well to the new manager, particularly just the veterans, and so we slowly bled out. I'm one of few veterans remaining, but we lost so many wonderful people, not even just because Nick was fired, but because they found different jobs that they were planning on. They graduated college, they moved states. It was quite a tumultuous couple of months there in my company. that, and I was dealing with my breakup, and I also started day trading during that time. So I learned about day trading probably in February and March, and then once it got to April, May, that's when I really started to day trade for the first time using my money. And so that was definitely a big thing going on in my life. Day trading with options, and now I'm trying to get into futures as well, but I've mostly been doing options. And then other small things, I quickly did I visited my sister Rosanna in Idaho. It was like a 2-day trip. My sister Janelle flew up from Arizona, and then the next day we traveled to Idaho, and then we hung out with Rosanna and her husband Jonathan and their 3 kids, and it was fun. Fun little Idaho trip. During the time at the Amazon company, when everything was going crazy, we still had a lot of goodbye dinners, like with Viv, with Rochelle. We had a small group of us go play Top Golf, and that was only the second time I've ever played Top Golf. And we also just hung out quite a bit during that time with just small groups of friends from work, and I was really happy with I was like out of the house quite a bit, just hanging out with friends, and it was amazing. After the girlfriend breakup, like the next day, I went to go help a friend named Jared, and we did yard work. But after the yard work, he introduced me to Fortnite, and so I started playing Fortnite for the first time in April. I didn't know it was a free game, and that fucking game can go to hell. That game is so addicting. Oh God. Like if you get first place, it's still not enough. Like you need to go again, and it never satisfies you. I hate that game, and it almost ruined my really good year. I sunk so many hours into Fortnite, and there were entire days that I wasted on that stupid game. But I think I was desperately just searching for something to recover, because I was so happy with my girlfriend, and all of a sudden I just lost her like super quick like that. And maybe it was all for the best. Fortnite saved me from despair or something. It just gave me cheap dopamine hits, I guess. But there's that. So Fortnite, sister in Idaho, Okay, and then at the end of June, I threw a really successful barbecue for a lot of my favorite coworkers from the Amazon job, and we had like a little campfire. We had cornhole. Lots of people showed up. It was such a great turnout, and I hope that I can throw it again next year as like a year anniversary Morty barbecue at church. At work, I go by Morty, Evil Morty. But great turnout. I fed them burgers, hot dogs, and brats, and a little bit potlucky too. A couple people brought some items too, and they helped out quite a bit. During the same time, I was also moving out of that house that I threw the barbecue at. That house I lived at near Liberty Park for 2 years, Liberty Park in Salt Lake City. And that was a crazy time in my life. But I moved out of that house at the end of June, and I really missed that place. Those were really good roommates that I lived with too, Josh, Keshav, and Levi. And yeah, but I moved to this new house. Sometime I'll give you a tour of the place. Maybe in this video I'll give you a tour of my room after I clean it up because it's really messy right now. Um, but eventually I'll also have to give a tour of the big old house, the backyard. Just a really cool place. So yeah, that's April, May, and June. Until next time. Oh, what do I say in these things? Shoot, I forgot. Oh, there it is. Oh, I guess there's other things. Like I was still reading Game of Thrones, probably a Clash of Kings. I was trying to get through a New Earth, but I'm gonna have to restart that. Read A Storm of Swords, so basically the Game of Thrones books, A Song of Ice and Fire. Can't remember any specific TV I was watching. I'm assuming I already talked about Secession a little bit in the last video. But I was playing Fortnite, Octopath Traveler, and yeah. So thanks for visiting me in the past, and I will see you back in the future. Thanks, bye. It's been quite a while since I filmed that, since I videoed that last portion. Today is January 7 or 8. Yeah, January 8. And I've been slowly working on editing that video, but the last part of this video will just be giving a quick tour of just like my bedroom and my little man cave space. So I live on the basement floor of this place, and it snowed today, and you know, got my big old fat TV set up, PlayStation, connect an Xbox there sometimes. Got a whole lot of my shit. My one wheel, a friend named Kenzie painted that for me, and I still have to install that one wheel cover on there. But pretty chill space, and if we get this fireplace working, it'll be kind of cool to have game nights here with a working fireplace. And then it's just the laundry room section. It's just a really nice, spacious place. And my bedroom right here, I was gonna clean it up all nice, but you know, what makes me me is all my mistakes. So why would I try to show that I'm not usually messy? But you know, got my sword, and my bed, starting to hang up things on the walls. Years of my life, I need to update that. Harry Potter, Rick and Morty. A friend painted that. Her name was Kaylee. I think that's the wrong name, but it starts with a K. And yep. Some kind of Japanese art. I don't know what. Just bought that. Nice space heater for this cold weather. Nice painting I painted with a friend named Leslie. That's a painting I got from somebody else from a previous apartment. But just bought that printer to finally start printing out my own personal stuff instead of going to the library or something. This is one of the last times you're gonna see this long hair. I think I'm gonna cut it this month. And and yeah, kind of like my little closet. I creatively turned that metal wiring into shelving and And then my computer workstation where I day trade, I work on all my crazy, stupid creative projects. So, yeah, there's a quick tour of life as it currently be at the start of 2026.